Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and some more 8th anniversary content. We're taking Gums into his final destination for now, because I may try him out against Sin Shenron. And we have his hardest test so far. We don't have him on his 200% lead anymore with God Goku. We do have him on a 170 lead, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. He was already dying to a Broly super attack. It's not going to make that much of a difference. I've gone for the safer bet in terms of a team build. And that is what we are going to do right now. As I said when I was using him against Broly, like, he's good. He is a solid EZA. There's no doubt about that. It's just defensively not quite up there with, like, some of the better EZAs, better new releases, Dokkan tests, things like that. To be contending. Like, I'm not saying he has to tank Broly and Cooler Core specifically for nothing. Like, he gets hit with a 1.4 million super attack. I'm not saying he should be tanking that for like 54 damage. Definitely not. But like, at least surviving, I think, is kind of a fair, like a fair margin, like a fair assessment to be at. I feel like once you super attack, like, you've got your ideal conditions going. But like, once you super attack, you should be good. Unless you're like a stacker, then that's fair enough. But I feel like once you get super attacked and you, like, again, all your ideal conditions are done, you're ready, I feel like you should be able to survive. You could take, like, bear in mind, how much HP do we have right now? 588. You could take 580k on a super. As long as we survive, I feel like that's a bare minimum at this point. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be a little bit harsh. I mean, he does have 194k defense right now, which is quite nice. We can get him 8 key spheres, 4 rainbows, so we have 28% damage reduction. I will actually put him in slot 1, so literally just under 300k defense with 28% damage reduction. How is he tanking? So no super on a basic, 9 damage, pretty good. 9.8 mil on a super, very nice. We know Gums can deal some damage. Not that that's important here, because we just have to survive. Got 50% attack and defense raise. And now we're going to see how much he can tag on a super. I've noticed, once again, typical Dokkan things happening. I don't get no additional supers. Still took 175k damage though. Not bad. To be fair, that's actually not bad. I know some other units, some of the better units in the game can actually take more here. So do you know what? That's not bad. The only thing I will say, as I said, since using Gums, even with the extra dupe, I know it's only been one video since we've had the extra dupe, he hasn't popped an additional super once. Now, if he hit an additional super there, got the second 50% attack and defense raise, he would actually tank that super, like, really well. But, you know, it wouldn't be one of my Dokkan videos if, you know, the hidden potential system basically just didn't pop for me. Don't get me wrong, like, the God knows how much million we hit on a crit. Nice. Not really going to do anything here, is it? But yeah, I said it wouldn't be one of our videos if the hidden potential system, like, didn't feel like popping for us. That is just kind of what happens, isn't it? It's just kind of what happens. Because if he would an additional super there, which, as I said, he's very capable of doing. He's got 2 dupes. He has like at least 11 additional. I'm not sure how much it is, but it's at least 11. Big counter from Gamma 1. Love that. But yeah, it's at least 11. Even before that, yes, it would have been less, but he still has the potential to do an additional super. And I don't think I don't think I've seen him once. I mean, I could easily be wrong. But I feel very confident with chest saying I don't think I've seen Gums hit an additional super once. So that additional there, he would have tanked that super attack from Cooler Army incredibly well. Without it, still quite well. But yeah, Cooler Core super with no item. I think even with an additional, I think he dies no matter what. I mean, hey, as long as we can survive and get through it, as I said, Gums is viable for all red zone stages. He's probably even viable for Sin Shenron right now. Not sure about Omega, because Omega, from what I've seen, just looks insane. Another counter, maybe? Double counters from Gamma 1. Bitch, suck my dick. You ain't hitting no one. Get headbutted. But yeah, I mean, he's viable for all the harder content. You just need to keep him safe. You just need to be very careful. And you are going to need to use items with him around. Or get very lucky. Kind of like this. No attacks coming his way. So let me save those key spheres. 7. I mean, defensively, we don't really care right now. It's just about how much damage he's doing, which we're probably going to be around, what, the 8 milli mark? 9 milli, maybe? Which, again, I mean, watch him hit an additional super when he's not having to tank any of Cooler Core's attacks. Like, the extra damage is going to be great. And again, with the Rainbow Key Spheres, he's got extra crit chance. With the dupes, he's got extra crit chance. 8.39. Hit a crit. He'll probably hit an additional now, like, it's coming. But brother's gonna do that to me. Oh, okay, he didn't. He didn't. So it's just nice to know that Gums' additionals just for some reason don't work. For some reason, his additionals don't work. Nice additional from Gogeta Blue. Gums, take some notes. Take some notes. That's what an additional is. You both have the same amount of chance to additional. Actually, probably not. Dodge? No dodge. How much is this going to do to me? A lot. Shit. Okay, we're back in. I couldn't be bothered to go refill up the support memory, so he will have less defense. Not right now because Gamma 1's giving him support. But he will. Do I want to use an item here? 7 key spheres. How much defense we on before we super? Right now, 252. It's just not going to be enough if he gets super attacked, is it? I'm going to do it. Because I want to be certain that he tanks for double digits on basics. Like, I want to be certain. All I'm seeing is this friend Gamma 1's clearly got a lot of dodge in him. I mean, maybe now Gums will hit an additional super. Maybe the reset will trigger an additional super in him. You have 2 dupes. You are very capable of doing an additional super. Are you serious? You just never wants to... I mean, we're dead, right? We're dead. We're dead, yeah? Yeah, very, very much so. Very much so. Alright, we're back for the 3rd and final time. And unfortunately... Cooler Core decided to be a bitch and seal Gums. One thing we're definitely doing this time around is popping a Whis. But him being sealed, big thwarting our plans. But 10 key spheres, 3 rainbow key spheres, so 21% damage reduction. With only 265k defense. But I did actually quickly go check because I couldn't remember how much Cooler Core does on a basic. It's like 430k. So... once Gums super attacks, you know, he's probably going to be able to tank Cooler Core's basics just fine. Especially with, you know, the few rainbow key spheres, with Gums being a rainbow orb changer that he picks up just naturally. He'll be able to tank double digits on basics with no item. Just fine, even if you are only getting like, what, 7%, 14% damage reduction, which is good. As I said, he can do some damage, you get him a decent amount of key spheres, but if he is to get hit by a super attack, you are going to want an item active, otherwise you are dead. I mean, you literally saw it. We got hit by so much damage. And of course, because that is a 1.6 million super attack Gums was being hit with. One of the hardest hitting enemies in the entire game. I'm actually going to do that because there is a plethora of attacks in slot 2 right there. And I know for a full fact Cooler Core won't super in slot 1. And Gamma 2 can also dodge, so there's that. So yeah, outside of, like, I've already made my kind of overall verdict. Like, Gums can do some good damage. He's viable for harder content. He's still a decent and solid EZA, just defensively for the harder enemies in the game, like the hardest hitting ones. I said Jabroli with like the 1.4 on super, Cooler Core of 1.6, Sin definitely eventually in a few months' time with stage 8 with a Mega, and don't even bother with Cell Max in his own event. Gums on a super attack with no item. You're dead. Like, he can't contend with the hardest hitting super attacks in the game, unfortunately. Haven't been able to see if he does get an additional, see how he does there, because for some reason he just doesn't want to do one whatsoever, even though he has 2 dupes. But that's just the way Dokkan likes to do me. Take that as you will. But, yeah, I mean, I said he's still viable. He's still viable. You just have to be very careful with him. And you're definitely going to want to be using items to keep him safe. Like, it's just, I mean, you've seen it. You've seen how much he takes with no item active on a super against Cooler Core. He will get one-tried, no questions asked. So I said he's viable, he can do well, but I said with the categories he goes on, like his good categories, they're probably far better options and safer choices. To the point where you might as well just take them instead. And you know what? I'm gonna pop him in slot 1 because we still have a Whis active. Actually, no, do we? No, we don't. We don't, do we? I'm pretty sure we don't have a Whis active. I'm actually gonna rotate him off because we're almost done. And I just want to see how he tanked with no item. We only got 6 keys fizz there, so it's not going to be the best. But just for the video purpose, just why not? But I say for the video purpose, watch him literally be super attacked on the first attack Cooler Core does. Watch Cooler Core be an absolute bitch. Okay, no, he's super attacking God Goku. We're good. We're good. So with 6 keys fizz, which is probably the lowest amount of keys fizz you can get him, unless you give him the full 5 rainbow keys fizz to get the full 35% damage reduction. How much is Gums going to be tanking on a basic? Obviously the damage isn't really going to be there. I mean, he could still crit. He did get some rainbow keys fizz, and again, 2 dupes, he could crit. Additional? Finally got an additional! Shit! I might have to go do the lottery, it's my day. He finally decided to hit an additional, so 250% defense raise. What? What? I know we only got him 6 keys fizz, but what? That's still like 200 and something K defense, right? And he doubled. I'm not bugging, right? I swear they're both 50 on each. Yeah. And he still took 60. Damn. Yeah, no, I mean, that just further drives home my point of, like, there are far better options on the better categories Gums goes on that you can use instead. Especially with him being a Super Saiyan Goku unit. Birdcoo's just the immediate one. I know you can run them both on the same team. Separate rotation, things like that, but just because Super Saiyan Goku is, like, one of the most common characters to get units in Dokkan, like, it's just, the statement's just going to be more so true the further we go on, because there will be more Super Saiyan Gokus. Even if they transform, have an exchange, have a standby, as long as they start a Super Saiyan Gokus, that statement is going to stand true. And it will only get worse the more release, obviously, the further we go. Look, 6. Am I missing something? Did we not have as much defense as I thought we were going to have? Like, that was 2 50% defense raises, and he still took 60k. Did we get no rainbow keys or something? I feel like we got one, though. Damn, he still took 60k on a basic. Ugh, yuck. That gave me the ick. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to hold that against him. That was a bit of shit, I can't lie, but he's solid. He's solid. He's still viable for harder content. Just the harder hitting units or the harder hitting enemies, Broly, Cooler Core, and Sin, and eventually Omega, there are better options. It's just as simple as that. But there we go. Gums is done. Let me know your overall thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day, and push.